tend to all the children, tend to the children. Just like, you bring a whole lot of children, and put them down, in one house. Well, somebody have to look over them, and tend to them that way. Just a house full of little children. And if one act bad, they'd whoop him. They'd whoop him too, the old woman. And if the old woman didn't tend to the children, they'd whoop her too. To make her tend to the children, she wasn't doing nothing. Well, she wasn't a crippled woman like me, She wasn't an old crippled woman satisfied. She wasn't an old crippled woman like me. And they'd whoop her. And they had trays. I don't know where you see the tray. Wooden trays, dug out, all about that long. And all of them, would get around that tray with spoons and just eat. I neglect that because I ate out of the tray. With spoons, and eat such like mush or soup or something like that. Would feed them, before 12 o'clock. And all them children get around there and just eat out of that. And that old woman, she would tend to her. Her name Aunt Tishy. Yeah, I know it. Old woman, name Aunt Tishy.
And just like slopping hogs.
Just like a tray, just like a tray, you'd have. It's made just like a hog trough, And clothes, they'd wash them things and scald them out for the children. I didn't see them scald them, but that's what they told me. They'd scald them out, with children. And them children eat out of that thing, and just with spoon. If one reach a spoon over in the other's hand, over in the other's plate, he gonna hit him. Hit him, knock that spoon back, on his side. On his side. And that's when we were children, Wasn't able to tend to no other children. I had a brother, though. He could tend to children. And, just sit him down in a corner and put this child, how little children put this child between his legs and then hug his hand around this child. That's where he nursed it. Couldn't stand up with him. Couldn't, just enough to, shake him this way in the arms. I can remember that. I had a brother named Wright. And he just shake that child, set him in the floor. And
he was too little to pick him up.
Yes, And if that child kicked much, he'd kick him over too, and the old woman come down, spank him, and get the child back in his arms. And they had certain times to come to them children. I think about this like a cow. I said would go to the cave, They had certain time. Cow come to his cave at night. Well, they come at 10 o'clock every day. 10 o'clock to all them babies. Them what nurse, Them what didn't nurse, it didn't come to them at all. The old lady fed them. Them wasn't big enough to eat, The old mother had time, to come. When that horn blowed, they blow the horn for their mothers, They just come just like cows, just running, coming to the children.
Out of the field.
How long did they nurse a baby?
Ma'am.
A couple of years? How long would they nurse a baby? Till it was big enough to walk, I guess.
Yeah, something about 9 months or something like that, They nurse until it get big enough, to eat. To get eat. And they'd come to every time, come down and nurse that baby at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the day.
Once a day?
Yes, ma'am. 10 o'clock in the day and 3 o'clock in the day. They'd come to that baby and nurse it. Yes, and twice a day. Come there and nurse that baby. He couldn't eat, But if one could eat, he wouldn't come till dinner time. But one little one what couldn't eat, they'd come to it. That old woman had a time and they're slobbing them children. Yes, and I knew that. And I remember, you see a scar up in my forehead? Kind of scar.
Yes,
I had slipped out and some boys was throwing and knocked this scar in my head and I was little.
It's way up here.
Yes,
It's right underneath your hairline.
Yes, when I was little. Slipping off out the old woman's slop room. I call it, because that's your feathers. Yes, and that scar, I called it, boy threw the rock and hit me here. When I was young, and hit me, and I was little. Coming on out there, I call it the old lady slop room. It wasn't no slop room, but it was a house, where it fed all the children. I call that a slop room. Where it fed all the children.
Who did the cooking for the plantation?
I don't know what the old woman's name done the cooking. Miss Clement did tell me here not long ago who done the main cooking. You know, they didn't cook in the kitchen like here. They have a off kitchen, off from the house.
Outside,
Yes, and then pack the village, to the kitchen.
Mhm.
Pack it to the kitchen. They wasn't cooking in the kitchen dining room. I was a great big girl when I know the Miss Bethany and them had a kitchen and a dining room mixed together. I was a big old girl. They cooked it on outside, right in the yard, but they cooked it out there and then brought it to the house. Brought it to the kitchen when I was a child.
Well, they had some of the slaves who worked in the house, and then some who worked on the yard. Isn't that right?
No, them working in the yard, men working in the yard some nights, but them there what work in the kitchen, they didn't have nothing to do in the yard. And they had one, to make up beds. Had one to make up beds, and one to cook. And then they had 6 time to make up bed, and then they go to field. And then had a regular nurse, Nurse, you never just see old mister with the baby, never no time. They had a regular nurse.
Mhm.
Just like, you'd hire somebody's nurse, but be a grown woman nurse, tend to that baby. And to keep them kids never did catch old mister that was hungry night or day. No, that was hungry. They carried that too. You tended that baby. That baby slept with the old nurses and all. Yes, they slept with them. Didn't have nothing to do. Carry that baby and sit there until he'd nurse. And then after it nurse, then you carried back, tend to it. You didn't have to just, she tend to it, and give it to you. You give it to her and nurse it, care how cold it is, and you carry that baby back on in that room where you was. And I know
Well, did the mistress nurse the baby, or did she have some?
She nursed from the breast, but see, she nursed this baby that hit to be hungry. Well, nurse would bring it to her and let her nurse it, and then when she nursed, she'd hand it right back, night or day, And tend that baby night and day, hand it back to her. And if that baby's any kind of sick, that nurse had to sit up there at night and tend to it. Yes. Well, more
She
than
never did, huh? She
ma'am.
never would take care of it like that.
No.
The nurse had to do it.
No. Well, you see, that's done now, my dear.
That's
Folks
right.
not done now, my
Yeah.
dear. Oh, my niece, granddaughter here, she take care of baby, and his mother hardly ever take it. And he said, this ain't slave time. And she never do hardly ever take it.
I know a lot of women do
Yes,
that. Don't want
Don't tend to her. No, don't tend to her.
Well, do you remember any of the slaves being sold? Do you remember any slave sellers? Men that would just buy and sell slaves.
No, so I never did see it. Us children never did know that, We heard talk of it, but then I ring that was after slave, I ring. We heard talk of it. You see them talk about, putting them on stumps, or something high, and beating them off like you did cattle. Beat them off like you did cattle.
Well, none of your folks were ever sold then.
No, so none of them never was sold.
You were born right there, never did leave. You were.
Born right there and stayed there until I was about 9, 10 years old, maybe more. Stayed right there. We didn't know where to go. Mom and them didn't know where to go. You see, after freedom broke, just like you turn something out, didn't know where to go. That's just where they stayed.
That's right.
Didn't know where to go. Turn us out just like, you turn out cattle. I say, didn't know where to go.
Do you remember when the Civil War was being fought?
Well, I can't remember much about it, but I remember this much. When Mr. Bethany was gone a long time, looked like a long time, and I remember the next morning, when he got up. Now don't knock that back there. When we all got up and all of them went to the house to see old master. And I thought old master was dead, but it wasn't. He had been off to the war and come back. But then I didn't know, into the war. I just didn't know he was gone a long time. All the niggas gathered around to see old master again. And old master didn't tell it was free.
He didn't tell you that?
No, he didn't tell. They waited. I think now they said they wait them 6 months out of that. 6 months. And turned them loose on the 19th of June. That's why, you know, you celebrate that day. Colored folks. Celebrate that day. Celebrate that day.